Happy August, angels. How are you? How was your Barbo basket? How was your Kazimi? I'm recording this on the Kazimi, so not sure yet. But my Barbo basket week was crazy in the best way. I got really lucky. I had 3 interviews for my novel, and it won 2 awards. I know I haven't talked about it much on here because my novel has nothing to do with mysticism or astrology or tarot. But if you're interested, it's called Now's Not a Good Time for a Breakdown. Anyways, enough about me. Let's get into what you can expect in August. And hi, I'm Mel, aka Pocket Mystic, and I'm on a mission to make mysticism more accessible through tarot readings, astrological updates, and guided meditations that fit seamlessly into your schedule. And I do personal tarot readings. So if you're interested, you can go to my website, pocketmystic.com. And for August, for the Eclipse portal, I'm going to be doing a giveaway of a 3-month spread. So if you comment I'm in, you are entering the contest and I will pick someone to give away a free reading to. Okay, anyways. Oh, there's a mosquito here trying to eat me. Okay, so I'm going to do just a very high level of August in case you're like, Mel, I only have like 3 minutes. Please tell me what I need to know. And then I'll do a deep dive of the astrology, and then I'll do a deep dive of the tarot spread that I pulled. So the good news and bad news with August. August is kind of the last month of significant shaking that we have in 2026. Not to say that 2026 doesn't still have some juice, some drama and change, but it's kind of like the last bananas month. It's like we're going full steam ahead and then we'll kind of have, a softer journey. I don't know. Car metaphors. Okay, anyways, the thing I want you to keep in mind with this month, or sort of like the motto, I guess, is hold everything loosely. Like, do not hold tightly to anything, to a specific vision of the future, to the specific people around you, to a specific idea or identity of yourself. The eclipse season is always like this great master shaker. It's shaking things up. It's bringing things up we didn't see coming. It's revealing things. It's full of surprises. So just hold everything loosely. Just be, as much as you can, just observing. Okay, that happened. Interesting. There's going to be plenty of time to decide what we want to do with the shakeup after, because we will be getting into Virgo season, which is all about getting organized, right? But for now, just kind of, as much as you can practice detachment, practice it. Remember, we don't manifest or set intentions in eclipse season. So we'll have our solar eclipse in Leo on August 12th and our lunar eclipse in Pisces on August 28th. And so they are disrupting stories around identity, leadership, and what we have been quietly allowing in our lives. And from the tarot spread, and honestly from this lunar node change that we have going on, there's a big emphasis on really letting yourself shine for what you're good at, what you love, what you're passionate about, what brings you joy, not from a place of needing approval or validation or like from the ego, but from a place of confidence and the fact that your gifts are beneficial to the world. And also, oh, this mosquito, he's letting his gifts be known. And also from it, kind of like rewriting scripts you have about yourself that may have been hurtful to you. Like if you're, thinking that you only deserve good things if you work really hard for it, or you never deserve good things, or the ways that we basically hurt ourselves through our mindset is going to be a theme. So again, that's where that observation and kind of like observing your thoughts from the outside and listening to them but not thinking they're you is going to be really helpful, and also drawing near to people who have proven themselves supportive and loving in your life is going to be important during August. We're also, just reminder, Saturn is in retrograde, so we're kind of backing up anything we might have been building at the end of February, beginning of March, in that area of our charts. We're kind of like pulling back, and we're maybe tearing down things that we already built, or we're going over things we thought were already done so that we can build a more solid foundation. And the eclipses are likely to disrupt some of that. Also, just be watching as much as you can, like practice being okay with change. That's going to be another thing that's really important. Can you see change as something that has the potential to be beneficial, that might be better than what you were expecting? So again, like a lot of detachment, not in a like, I don't care about anything, I'm depressed sort of way, but in a sort of, I'm observing things as they're happening. I'm noticing, I'm seeing, I'm not assigning any value or worth or like good or bad to it, right? Okay, so with that, let's get into the deep dive of the astrology. As always, we're going to set the stage about where we're at. So we've got the sun in Leo, and that is the sun's domicile. He loves to shine there. He loves big, bold, expressive, and creative Leo. And Leo loves the light. So tell a Leo that you know how amazing they are this month. They will love it. And whether you're Leo or not, this is shining a light on where you can be more bold and more creative in your life. And especially in the area that Leo lights up. And of course, Jupiter is there as well. So Jupiter is working to expand the area that Leo represents in your chart. If you don't know what that means, you can drop your rising sign and I can tell you. But also, let's know that the South Node is there. So there's going to kind of be this tension of expanding while also something is being contracted there. So almost like, let's get rid of something here so that we can grow even more than we expected. We have Mercury finally out of retrograde, though I do find that the week after retrograde is sometimes worse. So we might have a little bit of that like the first few days of August, but it should mostly be clear communication and smooth sailing, except for the fact that Mercury starts the month in Cancer, where things can feel a little watery and unclear. Mars, the planet of action and aggression, is currently in Gemini, so we might be feeling a little like, you know, like, oh, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to go here, almost like we can't move forward from this sort of like indecision of all the possibilities, or we might just feel very impulsive. We also have Venus, the planet of love, what we value, what we think is beautiful, sitting in Virgo as we start the month, which can be a hard transit where we might struggle with perfectionism. We touched on how Saturn is in retrograde. He's the master of boundaries, time, limitations, the one that wants us to build something that will last. Sitting in Aries, not Saturn's favorite place to be, along with Neptune, the planet of dreams, illusions, and disillusion. So we're revisiting this mosquito. Sorry, you guys. I gotta find a way to get rid of it. Okay. We're revisiting whatever dream, vision, idea that Neptune is giving us about the Aries part of our chart. Again, if you don't know what that means for you, just comment your rising sign. I'll explain the Jupiter part. I'll explain the Saturn-Neptune part. But revisiting what we were building here towards the end of February, start of March, to make sure we're building a solid foundation. And of course, Neptune is going to be kind of giving us dreams about what this could be, and also helping us dissolve old identities here. And then we have Uranus, the great disruptor, and Gemini, ready and willing to keep disrupting. If you want to know more about this, I have a whole video on it. And then we have Pluto, the lord of the underworld, the one bringing secrets to light, in Aquarius, where the North Node also is now. Aquarius is about the people. It's about the collective. So that's going to be major themes, both with the North Node and Aquarius, and as Pluto is doing its thing here. And then we also have Chiron, the great centaur, who shows us where our wounds are and how to heal them in earthy Taurus. This can create resource constraints. But with Uranus and Gemini, we also have the power of innovation to help us here, because we can create new energy sources, new ways of doing things. And I'm going to say this probably too many times, but it also offers a great chance for us to reconnect with the earth and with our embodiment practices. Okay, so that's how we're starting. So let's get into how August is unfolding. August 3rd, we have Chiron going retrograde. So Chiron is in retrograde for a good part of each year. It's not like when the personal planets are going retrograde. but it is a good time for reflection on which wounds we're still carrying and those that we're ready to release. Since it is in Taurus, I would highly recommend finding somatic practices that support you and learning what your body's hell yes and hell no is. Going to be very important, especially as we're getting into sort of the chaos of the eclipse season, because our mind is the great trickster, right? But our body is not. Our body is not deceived. It will not lie to you. It knows what's going on. Okay, August 6th, we have Venus entering Libra. So this is Venus's domicile. She is so happy in Libra. So here we might be looking at our partnerships. Are they fair and equitable? We might be re-looking at our spaces, both literally, like, is it aesthetically pleasing to me? But also our metaphorical spaces, and do they feel right? Do they feel supportive? And we might be taking a dive into romantic relationships. Maybe something new comes up for you there. But most importantly, this is a great time to look at what is causing imbalance in your life. Where are you overgiving? Where are you not honoring your value or your values? And it's going to be good to, if you don't already journal, like kind of keeping notes of what you're observing, right? We're observing this month, because when Venus does go in retrograde, she's going to be retrograding back through Libra. So those themes will come up for us again. And then on August 9th, we have Mercury entering Leo. So if you're in your feels about disharmony or your worth not being respected, you might be ready to shout it boldly from the rooftops. But as always, I would pause. I would take a moment. We're observing, right? We're not making decisions in this month. We're observing. We're noticing. And sometimes we don't even need a conversation, right? Sometimes we just need to move forward and choose what's right for us. However, maybe it is time to have that bold conversation. Maybe it is time to shout your truth from the rooftops or spread the news about a project you're working on. Mercury and Leo can support this, but give it a few days. Give the impulse a few days. Then on August 11th, we have Mars, the planet of action and aggression, leaving Gemini and heading into Cancer. Mars is in his fall here. He doesn't do well. So he wants to move forward with strength and power, and it's hard to do that in deep water, in water that's ruled by the moon, so it changes tides. So we might find that our motivation, our power, our vitality feels a little underwater. Also, it's probably hot where you are. It's hot where I am. So that's okay. We don't want to move fast in the heat, right? But this is coupled with Venus doing her thing in Libra and Chiron in retrograde. So I think it's a good time to really just give ourselves some time to evaluate what is working for us and what is keeping us stuck. Then on August 12th, we officially have our first eclipse. It is a solar eclipse in Leo. So when we have a solar eclipse, it is all about our leaders. When we have a lunar eclipse, which we will have on the 28th, it is about the people, about the collective. So this solar eclipse is happening in Leo, which is also the sign of leadership. So we are going to expect some things to be happening with world leaders on this date. Shakeups, we don't know what kind. I know what I'm hoping for, but we just don't know. But remember, this is when the sun is being blotted out. So we may not be seeing what is happening in real time. This can also be a really good opportunity to shake up the stories that you tell yourself around you, around your identity, around your leadership, around your vitality, your creativity. Since an eclipse, as I said, we don't set intentions. We wait and see how things shake out. I would also advise that you don't make any major decisions during this period. This is a great time for taking deep breaths, somatic practices. Is that my fourth or fifth time now? And letting ourselves feel all the feelings in a safe container before we share them. By the way, dancing is a great somatic practice and a great way to move feelings through your body. Okay, August 15th, we have Mercury conjunct Jupiter. So whatever Jupiter wants to amplify and expand is going to get a microphone on this day. It's going to be clearly communicated. You're going to see it. You're going to understand. So then on August 17th, we have Venus sextiling Jupiter. Actually, I wasn't going to talk about this. Hold on. Let me back up. 8-8 is considered the Lion's portal. Now, is this the Lionsgate portal? Is this an astrological event? So, whatever. People believe in it, right? It has power because we believe in it collectively. So, if you're like, Mel, I need to do some intention setting in August, I would do it on the 8-8 Lionsgate portal. We're going to still be feeling a little bit of that chaotic energy because we're getting close to the eclipse season starting. But if you need to do it then. Okay, August 17th, we have Venus sextiling Jupiter. We're going to get an expansion to our sense of self-worth and what we love. It's a cute day. Plan something fun, though we are still in the eclipse shadow, so definitely plan something fun. Okay, August 23rd, we have the sun in Virgo, launching us into Virgo season. We are going to get ourselves organized. We're getting ourselves prepared and ready for what the year has to bring us. We are not going too hard on this. Like, we're getting prepared, but we're not taking action yet because we're still waiting to see what unfolds with the lunar eclipse. But we're starting to kind of clean up and get organized, right? We're throwing things out that don't fit anymore, that don't make us happy anymore. We're writing our lists. We're getting ready. And August 25th, we have Mercury entering Virgo, which only will help to organize our thinking and our communicating. So then on August 28th, we have the lunar eclipse in Pisces. So we are wrapping up a story that started in September of 2024. Happened again September 2025 and won't happen again for like 18 years. So where is Pisces in your chart and what have you been working there since 2024? If you have any journals, I would go back and look at what was going on during this time because it's going to be coming up again. On this date, we're going to be like wrapping a ribbon, tying a bow on something that we're ready to say goodbye to. Lessons we learned, ways we expanded. And then on August 31st, we wrap up the month with Jupiter trining Saturn. So Saturn is still in retrograde, right? But we're getting a boost here from Jupiter, like maybe some encouragement and some luck. So if you've, been feeling the retrograde of like, oh, I thought I had all this stuff done and I had to completely redo it, you're going to feel kind of like a boost, maybe even like a vision of how you can make it bigger than you were even expecting with this transit. So I feel like I talked way too fast, but here we are at the end of August. So now I'm going to get into a tarot spread that will support us. My reading is for the collective, but you can use this spread and pull your own cards for a more personalized reading. If you want help with the interpretation, you can drop your cards in the comments. So card 1 is going to be what is the eclipse season shaking up? Card 2 is going to be what is the story that is shifting? Card 3 is going to be what is the wound that is ready to be seen? Card 4 is going to be what is working for us? Card 5 is going to be what needs tending during the shakeup. So for card 1, we have the Empress. Okay, now the Empress is known as the divine feminine, right? And if you don't like the feminine masculine polarity, you could say the divine moon or the divine tides or the divine cat, whatever works for you. But here in this placement, I think what is being shaken up is our need for external validation, right? The Empress trusts herself first. She trusts her intuition first. She believes in her power as a creatrix because she gives herself the authority first. So where are you giving your authority away is going to be something that is being shaken up here so that you can choose to give it to you, to yourself. Then card 2, what is the story that is shifting? We have the 7 of Swords. So the story we're rewriting is that you deserve good things, that you deserve to get away with it, that you deserve to have more than you can hold, that you deserve to have all that and for it to not be hard. So if you're someone who already believes all of those things, then great, we're happy for you. If you're like me and this is like a hard thing where actually I wasn't going to share this, but something I've been learning is that was passed down through my lineage is basically this belief that my life is meant to be hard and anything I get, I have to work really, really hard for it. So if you have a story like that, this is asking us to rewrite that, to believe that like we can be in flow, like we can get what we want without it being a mountain that we have to climb. So what are the stories you're telling yourself that might be making your life harder than it needs to be, which ties into card 3, which is what is the wound that is ready to be seen? We have justice here. And that's asking us to be very honest about where we hurt ourselves, because we're not able to be honest with ourselves either because we don't want to tell ourselves what we already know, or because we're telling ourselves something that is harmful, that is hurtful, something that we would never say to our best friend. So really looking at those stories and also deciding I'm not going to be the one who's hurting myself anymore. And remember, the mind is the trickster, right? It's Mercury, it's the trickster, but the body is not. It tells the truth. So again, somatic practices, I don't know, maybe there could be a drinking game for this or something. And then card 4, what is working for us? We have the 2 of Cups. Oh my gosh, so sweet. What is working for us is our relationships that are balanced, that are committed, which are definitely, we're going to be reevaluating this, right, with Venus going into Libra, but what is working for us is people who are on the same page as us, people who are committed to what we're committed to, people who show up, who love us, who support us. That is working. You have those people around you. So lean into them. Let them help rewrite that story. Tell them, I think this about myself, and let them help you rewrite that and say, oh my God, what? I would never say this about you. I would say this about you. Those relationships are working for us. So lean into them, lean into what is nourishing you. And of course, you're naturally going to want to nourish those people as well. Lean into community. Card 5, what needs tending during the shakeup? We have Wheel of Fortune. So what is your relationship with change like? Let yourself get comfortable with it during this time. How can you retrain your brain to see each unexpected change or turn of the wheel as something with potential? How can I work with this? If your day gets interrupted, how could it be good? What's here for me? Is there some sort of joy for me to find here? Is there some deeper connection? Does it just give me a break from that spreadsheet I was in that I don't want to be in? Really just learning to retrain how you think about and how you respond to change, how you think about and how you respond to what is out of your control. So I know that was a lot. I tried to go fast, maybe too fast. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. Again, if you would like a 3-month reading, just comment I'm in. You can comment I'm in, your rising sign, and your personal tarot reading that you got. And I'll give you all the info you need to know. I hope you have an amazing August, and I will see you soon.